I might have gone a little too heavy with it because on this side I don't have the door light, I have fake lights. Welcome to today's video. What do you think of this look? This is the new spring collection from Chanel, and this is the intro. If you'd like to see how I got this, how I put this on my face, I'd appreciate it if you would consider giving me a thumbs up. It helps push my video out there, and consider following me on Instagram. I always forget to say this, and this is truly why I'm doing an intro like this, because I usually don't. I am the_hooded_lid on Instagram, and I'd love to see you there. Without further ado, let's just get into it. You guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're taking a look at the new Chanel spring release, which I spent some time yesterday trying to learn how to pronounce, and I really have a problem with it. And I'm going to try. Reve de Chanel. And I'm not going to say it again, even though it's in a couple of other products. So this consists of the beautiful highlighter that you have been seeing all over the place, like so. And that one is called Reve de Camelia. And this is the quad, which I feel like should have came out last year. And this formula is a little bit different, but I'm not sure what it is. These are not rounded, they're flat, which I thought usually aligned with the, I can't remember, but I'll print it right here, line, which are generally made for the Asian market, and they're very light in their tone. There were several Rouge Coco Flashes, but when I saw this one, I had to do this, which really, it's not going to go with the eye look at all. But they had a tutorial and they added this to something else. So I pulled out a couple of other Chanels that I have that I think will work. I'm probably going to go with this one. There were also two Stylo Lumiere Regard, but I really couldn't tell what the colors were. They showed them on lid, but they kind of look opposite, like they put in the wrong pictures of what they should look like, and I thought I could do without that. And then the ink, which is this formula in Evocation. So I didn't get that. I did get three things, and we are going to put them all on the face. I have a little bit left, and I hope it's enough of the Chanel de Chanel #1 de Chanel foundation. It will be, I think. I did return this because I felt it was a little too light for me and a little bit too warm. Chanel's just a company that doesn't make an ideal color for me. But I did, you know, I did take a little bit before I returned it. And I have a new brush, which is really news. If you are new here, I really prefer to put my foundation on with fingers, and I've been kind of eyeing this brush for a while, and then Hindosh was talking about a brush from Ray Morris, and that was like $120, and I thought, well, maybe I'll try this brush. And I have to say, I played with it a couple of times, and it's quite nice. I'm not going to get full coverage with this foundation. I do feel like when you are using a brush, you're just not going to get as much coverage as when you're using your fingers. But I'm not too red today, so it might be okay. And I find that for me, my skin is a little touchy. I am a little bit sensitive, and I find that brushes are rough. I'd rather just use my fingers. But this one is really soft. So the other brushes I have, one is a Zoeva, which is quite stiff, and it just feels rough, and it's synthetic. And the other one is a Kat Von D powder brush that I use because Hindosh was using this for foundation all the time. And that's a little rough too. But this one is quite soft. I have to to say, when I tried this, it was when it came out and the light was different. When the light's different, you see things differently. And I thought it was too light and too warm. But now I'm thinking it's pretty darn decent. Angie recently actually reviewed this, so I will put that below. And she loved it too. This might be worth a revisit. It's just I feel like I'm only going to be this color for a short period of time because we are heading into springling. So while we're waiting for this to set up, I want to move to eyes. This is what we have, and let's do some swatching. This dark color, and this is a kind of a shimmer. And then these two shades, which seems very, very similar to each other, and it seems like they're both mattes. And there we have, so one is more vibrant than the other, and one is a shimmer, but I have to say that this palette kind of confused me, but we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to do exactly what they did on the website, which is this all over. And I'm wearing my sleeper dress today, which it's the first time I'm wearing it since I got it during the sales in the winter, the after holiday sale. So the word Reve, maybe that's the way to say it, means dream in French. So these are kind of an ethereal look that we're kind of getting into here, which means not a lot of payoff if you are somebody who enjoys a more powerful eye. This won't do it for you. I mean, honestly, it's such a light wash of color, but it's there. When I'm looking in this mirror, I'm like, yeah, I think I see something, but very, very light wash. I'm going to take the same brush and go in with this more vibrant peach. There we go. So this one we can see. It's pretty. So while it is more vibrant, it is still definitely a more diaphanous, a more sheer application, and we will of course do the under eyes, which will show everything in a slightly different way. And now I'm going to take this small brush, this is 23 from Rougher, and go into the brown shade and do a little lining with this. I'm kind of tempted to do the lining with the Hindash and then setting it with this, but it wouldn't be fair. So let's just see how this works. And I'm going to do my waterline as well. Sometimes powders will stay really well in the waterline. Okay, and now we're going to go in with the sparkly shade, which is right here. It's awfully pretty. There we go. So it almost has that kind of sheen to it as if it's glass, which I really like. I'm going to do my brows and do my concealer, and then we'll come back and do some blush, some lip, some highlighter. I'm going to go into the Blush Lumiere. This was the limited edition from a few months ago, and I believe it's Rune Rossi. But with a light hand, this totally works. Lovely. Same brush, and I'm going to do a little bit of bronzing. This is Chaleur from Sept. Because I have so much luminosity right now, I was a little concerned we won't be able to see the effect of the highlighters, so I'm taking my Wengas and my Viteri powder. So let's go into this. I really wasn't sure about this. I kept on seeing people review it and swatch it, and I just couldn't tell what color it was. It's a little bit of a chameleon, I think. And it's right here. I did a bit of a heavy swatch, and I'm moving it around a little bit so you can see how it changes color a little bit. And now I just want to compare it to my Sicily that I just recently got and really love. And again, what it looks like on swatch and what it looks like on your face, two different things, but this totally matches what I'm wearing. And that's right here. So it's a bit lighter than this one. So I think this Chanel will be good for people with my skin tone and darker, but I don't know. It comes with this brush, which is quite heavy, and we're gonna go for it. I still do have a sheen on the face. And this brush is quite dense, which surprised me because I've never seen a dense brush for doing highlighter, but maybe it's necessary for this formula. I'm always worried about displacing my foundation and my base. I do want to take this eyeshadow brush, and now I've kind of ruined the imprint, and I'm going to put a little on the inner corner and do a little on my nose, and I just want to show you what this looks like on a white brush. Maybe that can also help you to decide if it's a color that you want. It's really pretty on the inner eye. And just a touch, I like to do a little bit in the center of the nose and a little bit right here. It's very pretty. It's very natural looking. I had a balm on my lip to just kind of moisturize me before I go in with the lips, and I took most of that off, and I just want to do a little here. I don't like to do this because I feel like as you get older, the lips are, you know, they go in a way that's really not too pretty, and don't really want to call attention to my lip, but just a little something. So this is the Rouge Coco Flash in Halo, and I'm into lavender. What can I say? It's right here. I mean, it just imparts the teeniest bit of lavender. I think it'd be great with the Hindosh palette. Just a little something something. This is way too small for me to read, you guys, but my choices are this, which is very wintry, although I love, and this, which is much more spring. I'm telling you, I know I have another Coco Flash somewhere, and I cannot figure out where it might be. I try to be very well organized, but we're going to do this. I do think probably something more in the orange tone would work, but this is, you know, what I have to choose from, and I wanted to wait until this dries down and then put a little on top. All right, this is dried down, and I think this is a great color for what we're doing here. So pretty, ha ha ha. But let's just put this on top and see what happens. I think this will be very, very hard to see on camera, but it gives just a hint of something. It is curious that this palette is warm. I would say, you know, the highlighter is kind of a beigey, maybe coolish color, and then they went in with this. It's not all that comprehensive to me, honestly, but I do think it's really, really pretty. That highlighter is super, super pretty. Wow. I might have gone a little heavy on this. I think maybe next time I go in with this brush, I'll go a little lighter, or maybe I'll use a different brush. But certainly I wanted you to be able to see what it looks like, and I think you can. I think you can get something lighter with this too. But this is so pretty, and it just has that kind of sheen that I like. It doesn't have glitter bits in it that I can tell, so it doesn't add texture or call attention to texture that you might have. And that's it, you guys. This is mostly the new collection from Chanel for spring, and I'm not going to butcher the word yet again. Instead, I'll just tell you that the word means dream. Reve de Chanel. And this one is Reve de Camelia. It's super beautiful. The eyeshadows are quite ethereal, quite gossamer, very much a gentle, sweet look. In fact, I feel that the mascara, this is, for me, the kind of thing that I would do without mascara, because the mascara is helping to shape my eyes a little bit more, and I think the idea is a little less shape and a little more haze, but I think it's quite pretty. And that's going to wrap up today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope it was helpful, and I hope you come back again. Until we meet again, be smart and safe, and I'm wishing you good health.